you've been using iPhones for a long time and used to have corded earbuds, then this will be no problem for you. What's up, dude? Ow! Once again, the hardest thing about working on a car is getting the right parts. So the Amazon seller BENLARI reached out to me again and asked if I wanted to try out one of their turn signal and horn kits for my side-by-side. I've actually worked with them before. I did a review on one of their soft shell toolboxes for an ATV they sent me. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it in the description below. Go check it out. But this is the kit. Don't worry, this isn't how it shipped. It came in a bigger box with lots of packing. UTV turn signal kit. So you can see there's front and rear turn signals, power switch, turn signal switch, flashers, and horn. Let's get this stuff unboxed and check it out. Horn, some screws. This is always fun. I love electrical. Zip ties, another bag of screws. Nice little LED turn signals. Injection molded for weatherproofing. Oh, right, they're labeled. Here's the control box. Turn signal and horn switch. Master power. Pre-made pigtails for power. 20 amp positive fuse. That's the horn lead. Front right and rear right. If you've been using iPhones for a long time and used to have corded earbuds, then this will be no problem for you. So unfortunately, I think we're going to have to look at these instructions. Oh boy. So over here's the headlight switch, and there's 3 blanks. Let's see if we can get the turn signal and horn control on this side. There's more blanks on that side, but I'd rather have it over here by the headlight switch than the other controls on that side. Up under the back side of the front fender, there's 2 Torx bolts. Holding this on. Set this over here in the shade. I have a piece of cable here run through the firewall so I can pull my wire. Come through the center of the dash here. These are my leads that I need to pull through. So I'm going to tape them onto this and pull them back through. This one's marked left. Flashers. So that's working. Okay, got my cable routed up through the fender well here. Just got done drilling my hole. Now we have to run this guy to the rear. I did run out of the zip ties it came with. Luckily I have a bunch more. Now this is packed full of dirt, but there is a hole through here. Just working my way towards the rear. Now we are inside the rear frame rails. Couple of zip ties on that, same as the other side. So the kit came out really nice. I think it fits well in those reflector spots. I like that the lenses are smoked. You can barely even see them. They blend right in until you turn them on, which is nice. It was really easy to install. The most time-consuming thing is planning out and deciding where I wanted to run all the wires. So on the Can-Am Defender, over on the right, the winch control, differential lock, and four-wheel drive switch. These are the stock locations for this. This is an add-on, added on by the dealer. So this is where the dealer chose to put that. So I kind of wanted to leave this alone for like extra controls. And then over here on the left-hand side, we already had the factory headlight switch. So I thought it made sense to have your turn signals, flashers, and horn switch over on the left where the light controls already were. So that's what it looks like. It fits really nice. They seem like decent quality switches. Really happy with the way it turned out. Today I'm going to be doing some maintenance on the daily driver here. I got spark plugs and I got a wicked rattle. The rattle sounds like two things going on. One's definitely a heat shield and the other sounds more substantial. I'm guessing it's maybe a hanger broke or something. It sounds like the actual exhaust pipes banging into the tunnel. NGK. Has NGKs in it, so I must have done them once already. Not bad. Been worse. Always get it started by hand so I know the threads grab before you just go crazy with a wrench. That's it for spark plugs. What's up, dude? Ow! Well, you can see it's touching here. Well, it actually looks like the back end is what needs to go up. Oh, that's what happened. It twisted. Alright, well, that should be an easy fix. 14mm on the impact. It was easy. There's even any heat shields under here. We ripped them all off already. So this was banging into here, so I rotated this hanger around. We got clearance here, clearance there. Should be good to go. Okay, got the old one out. Here's the new one. Hopefully this one's the right size. Okay, well, on the left we have the Dorman that I bought from Rock Auto. You can see that the fittings are completely different. The new one's way smaller. A Motorcraft OEM Ford line, and it's the exact same thing. So I don't know what the heck's going on here, but I'm gonna have to get a hold of somebody and find out why the air conditioning line in my car is twice the size of everything else. Once again, the hardest thing about working on a car is getting the right parts.